It seems so far away. And you know I'm already blind. No, I can't, don't say that. I can't see. That's what I'm gonna say all the time. Have a little sight problems. That is better. That is better. Yeah, that's a little bit more support. Hello, hello, hello. Hola, konnichiwa. Ni hao, bonjour. Rim rim, salam. Namaste. Friends, welcome. Hello, how have you been? Hello, Ma. Hello, Miss Crystal. Cancer twin. Make sure y'all hit that like button. How are you guys doing tonight? I haven't been streaming, and the YouTube chat said get back to business. So here I am. Just dropped through the night, see what everybody was doing, see what's going on in the world. It's a lot going on. Y'all good? I'm good. It's a lot going on in this world. I'm just trying to stay mentally sane and prayed up and protected, you know, and learn all I can more. The more I learn spiritually, I think the more crazier and non-tolerant I get. Like I'm just non-tolerant. So I pretty much stay to myself or talk to my daughter if I'm not on my channel. Now, Bill, you know I don't have no Facebook. Your notification should have just went off. See what I'm saying? Because I have a YouTube. So I don't know what you're sending me. But, yes, that's what I'm doing. Learning, learning, learning. All I can. And trying to plan for the future. Okay? Plan for the future as I age so I can sit down and run me a business from sitting down in the comfort of my home, because this is a scary, scary world. Only time I want to go out is when I'm enjoying something with my children or my family, and then I'm going right back home to y'all. That's right, blessed and highly favored, no matter what the circumstances is. Always feel like if you woke up this morning, then you were blessed. Another chance to keep going. And baby, it's a task every day and obstacles every day. And I just try to make it through them and know that it's a hot obstacle. And I always tell my baby this too shall pass. And it seems like when you get on the track of things, more obstacles come. You know, so it just be such a relief and stuff when you get there. But while you on that journey, you be getting punches from left and right. But at the end goal, you know, it should be all worth it. That's what I think. So that's what I'm trying to tell my children. But Lord, well, I need to practice stop saying it. But my goodness, it's hard. It's a task. And they say you only supposed to say that. So trying to learn and watch your words and how you speak and stuff, because all of that counts, and I'm sort of finding that everything that they tell us is taboo is not taboo. They use it. Do you know it's in Dubai that if you use,
Today.
mm, if you use any kind of witchcraft or psychic or anything, it's automatically some millions of dollars of fines. And if you use it for gain, like you can actually be put in jail for it, allegedly. Everything's allegedly. Allegedly. But if it's not real, then how can you charge me money for using it? And then saying if I use it for gain, it's even worse. But yet and still, throughout all everything I'm studying and everything I'm learning, we still live in the best place it is to live. So they saying in Africa, try to stay the course. That's right, Miss Crystal. I am trying to stay the course. I'm gonna stay the course. I have no choice. I got grandkids and I got a legacy to leave and I got something to leave them. So I gotta go. So I gotta have something to leave them because I don't know. It's so scary. I was talking to Paulette yesterday. I started crying just for the fact of I know what this world is gonna be in. I'm gonna say another 50 years. I won't be here to be 100. So I just know what it's gonna be, and I won't be here in 100 more years. Even if I was to live 80 and 90, 100, I won't. I say I won't be here too much or more 100 years. As far as I can see, my bloodline will, and after that, you see what I'm saying? I'm hoping to live to see the twins' kids be big, and I'm basing it on my grandma. She got to see Mackenzie, till she was like she was going to Miss Betty, so she was pretty big. And then she had all those health issues. I don't have all those, and I'm not getting all those. So I got a good chance at that. So after them and for them growing up, I just know what it's gonna be, what it's gonna cost. You know, they saying the aliens are here. The veil is thin. The veil is thin. You know, the gods are very upset for what they did to this planet. I'm scared. Okay, don't worry about the things you can't control. That's right. That's right. That's right. You, um, I'm not too much worrying about them, but you have to have sense enough to set up things for them if you don't want them. Try to make it as easier for them as you can. Because others, that's what they do. They gonna leave them some kind of life insurance or some kind of something. Make it as easier with me anyway. I want it as easy as for my kids in this world always as it can be. And now I ain't even basing it on them. I'm on their necks telling them that you want it as easier for your kids as it can be. I feel bad at times, for that it's so hard for them. I think I'm a different kind of mom. I don't think that because I know a lot of them like me. Like my mama like that. Shit. If she got it, she gonna give it to me. I'm 50, so I'm a little bit different, and I feel a little bit different. I still get something for my birthday every year since I've been born. You know, my mama could buy me a fur coat all her life. If she could buy me one right now, she's going to buy it. I've been buying for fur coats since I was about 9 months. So I'm a little different. I'm gonna stay that kind of mom. I'm sorry. I told my psychiatrist and my counselor that. She said, "Girl, you just so family to the core. Like I'm not gonna change. I might get mad at them and fall out with my family, and fuss at them for a little bit of whatever. But I'm always gonna be La Familia first. You know, that's just me. That's right. That's what you're supposed to do as parents to make it better for them. So, you shouldn't have brought my grandkids here if you want no problems out of me. I'm a problem. They be like, oh, I wish she mind her business. Girl, you is my business till I leave here. And when I leave here, I'm still gonna haunt you. You still gonna be my business. So you better do right. Haunt. I'm gonna be right there. I ain't going nowhere. And if you see a butterfly, don't kill it because it's probably me. So I don't know. I've probably been here numerous of times because I could have swore I was a pharaoh. I just always knew I'm a boss. Like I was just born like that. Like I just it's probably was wrote in one of them walls somewhere. And them tablets I've been watching. One of the people that was probably me in another spirit, in my spirit. I don't know. They said we forgot. We are forgotten. We forgotten things. So I'm trying to remember. Want to give me a whole bunch of pine cones and see what happens. Cause I just been. I mean, that's all I talk about all day. It's what. I went over there and talked to my uncle. Yeah, I was talking to my uncle today, and I was in there for a few minutes, and somehow we got to that topic, and he was like, "Well, 10." Oh, he asked me what I was been doing, and I told him what I had been doing, and I was cause my uncle study, so he don't study Christianity, Islam, and Greek mythology. So it was shocking for me today, Chanel, for him to say, uh, I ain't gonna say he was in defense of Jesus because I wasn't against Jesus. He was in he was like, well, why you feel like that? I said, no, I don't know. At this point in time, I don't know what to trust and believe, Uncle Greg. So I just, right now, I've been praying different. I try to pray to the gods or God who created this universe and the universes because I'm questioning so much stuff and learning so much stuff that it's just like, and then I'm going back years and years and years and years, and I have so many friends. Hey, Sugar Pop! I have so many friends in so many different cultures and countries right now, and everybody pray and study different. So it's making me pray and study different and learn more about the countries and stuff like than I ever have before. So it's just like I just told my Uncle Greg now when I'm praying now I know because okay, even we take the Bible and the Quran. The Bible have Jesus, the Quran have Jesus, but they have like it two different ways. The Islamic people, they believe in Jesus, but they just believe as if he was another great prophet, as well as we believe that Jesus is the Son of God or Yahshua, because we didn't even have the letter J when Jesus, Yahshua, was here. So all of them so different. So then if you take that Quran and you're going off of what Muhammad did, oh, and I've got something I'm gonna let my daughter Elite listen to um, tonight. So if y'all know, so they said that Gabriel, either the Archangel Gabriel or the Archangel Michael came and gave Muhammad the Quran personally. And he was a man that couldn't read or write. Gave him the words personally. So therefore he couldn't have wrote it. So now they saying now in 2026, allegedly, everything is alleged. Now they saying that his wife wrote it for him, but he was allowed to have a 6 year old wife. So now I'm looking at them. That's what I was telling my Uncle Greg. Like, so now I'm looking at the, yes, Sugar Pop. That's what I told my uncle. Like, talking to the different people. Cause so, like, Mr. Fida Krishner, who I just found out, Krishner is a master of what they call the master of the universe, is a big person of God, like Muhammad, like Jesus, like Buddha. Some of our Indian people, um, they have an entity called, or a deity. Is a deity bad? They worship somebody called Krishna, okay? And she's a woman, spirit, God, or, she's a woman. And Krishna, our friend Krishna from um, India, who's a rebel, who has a big audience from people all over the world. Like, Krishna got people from all over the world. That's how she got me, okay? And I met a lot of people through Krishna, like all kind of people. Dave from Australia, all them people I met through Krishna. I never knew that. I just speak to her, hey Krishna, namaste, how's the weather in India or whatever when I'm on her live. On her live. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, Miss Lafita, but he learned from somewhere. They left that out. When he left, that big gap from 12 to 33, Jesus was off. Well, I'm gonna say Yahshua from now on was off learning other things that they left out to tell us. So that's why I'm saying, yes, ma'am, respectfully. That's right, respectfully. Um, they left so much stuff out that they didn't tell us that are in the other canons that are not in the Bible and definitely not in the King James Bible. So therefore, with me, as of right now, as of 51 years old, my relationship is just personally with God. Like now, even like with my cousins and stuff, when we go, my family, my uncle, pastor, everything, even with him, like it's even like a little bit of debate with him because I'm like, if you know this stuff, what made me go this far? I have friends all over the world. That's why Sugar Pop, I come on like that. 5,000 people. Like I got friends all over the world, and I started this journey off. Hola, konnichiwa, ni hao, bonjour, rim rim, salam, namaste, jambo jambo. That jambo is hello in Swahili. Like I got friends and people all over the world, and um, me personally, hey Shayla, hey my sweet girl. Me personally, always as a little girl, I've always been a debater and I've always had questions. So from a little girl, I will always have questions for the pastor. My mama know, my mama in here, well she was earlier. They know that like I've always had questions for them and questions when I used to see them like group up and like how y'all grouping up, you know, and talking about people, just different issues and stuff that I would have with what I see church people do. And with the book, with the Bible. Questions that I would have, like when Cain killed Abel, and he said to God, I cannot go out there because they will kill me. I always, from a little girl, wanted to know, well, who is the they? If y'all telling me wasn't nobody there but Adam and Eve, and then they had Cain and Abel, and so on and so be. So if his family is the only people there, who was he asking that to? You know, now at 51, I know, but my grandma and them couldn't tell me. They couldn't tell me. You know, our great grandma's like at 96, I can go over there and ask my grandma, well, grandma, who was they talking about? They wouldn't know. You know, technology and stuff don't grew so much, and they found so much and found other people writings. You know, did you know? I didn't even know that they had a book that Adam wrote himself. They left Adam book ain't even in the Bible. They found them later. And that's what I'm saying. You got to remember, we got Abraham and Moses them, and then we got Jesus them and everything after them. So we got AD, we got BC, which is before Christ, and we got AD, which is after Christ's death. Yeah, we got AD, which is before, we got BC, which is before Christ, which would be Abraham them. You know, we got the Old Testament and the New Testament. Once you study and learn the words and the different stuff from what I'm seeing, that's not even, it's them two different gods at two different times that y'all talking about. Okay? I'm just telling y'all what I'm learning and what I'm finding out. So that's like my questions, my different questions with that. Like, okay, so I got my questions with that. I know the stories and I know the things that's true that they couldn't have switched around and touched because, like like Sugar Pop said, what made you go so far? Because I'm going back past that. As of now, what I am, I would say I am, but I'm one of those who are not gonna go along with um I'm gonna say the wrong in the religion. So my fight would be more like Jesus or Yahshua. I don't think um if he was here, my personal opinion, I don't think he would be one of these Christians because the things that they do in the church and stuff, he don't do, and not all of them. You, I got a rebel, like I told y'all. Allison is a pastor, okay, and she's a yes. I have the Bible, and there's Bibles. There's 700 Bibles. I have the Bible, so I can go get them for you right now, Miss Lafita. I have the Quran and I have the Torah, okay. I have the Quran and I have the Torah. This is my problem. I just told you my problem with that too. And I love all my Islamic Muslim friends. That's why you went here, Miss Lafita, a couple of lives ago. I lost a couple of people unsubscribed to me because the argument was, how can I love Jesus and love the LGBT community too? I'm not God. I don't judge. I have my opinions. You see what I'm saying? But I'm learning. I'm not. I'm not comparing it. But you have to learn. You just can't go on what man say alone. And even with you reading the Bible, you're going on what man said alone. Man wrote the Bible. God didn't come down here and write the Bible. Nobody's story in the Bible did they personally write. Somebody else wrote it. It's their stories passed down. So they put in there what they wanted and they left out what they wanted. You telling me you going on, Shayla, y'all going on what the Bible says. only. Do you know that I can't get into that with y'all too because y'all really, you know, Biblers. Um, God didn't write the Bible. God does not judge. If that was the case, we would not even read the Bible because King James was a homosexual man who killed his mother to become the king who wrote the Bible. Okay? You can Google it, you can study it. You can Google it, you can study it. You can ask any pastor. You see what I'm saying? King James, ask your Google, you know. So when you know the Bible, like you have to know the Bible. Who's the author of the Bible? King James. When you do your history and your research on the Bible, I love the Bible. They're all over my house. But I know that he was a man and he left stories in and he left stories out. He wrote the Bible, but he also wrote a book on witchcraft and demons. And he wrote three more Bibles. After he wrote the Bible, he wrote three more books, and it was witchcraft and demons. So if he was assigned to write the Bible, was he assigned to write the book on witchcrafts and demons too? And to kill his mama to become king? That's what I'm saying. They're totally different. It's religion, Miss Lafita. You saying that's also NIV. Those are different Bibles, different versions. You got the Old Testament and the New Testaments, which are totally different guys, written by totally different people. So that's what I said. It depends on which Bible you're talking about. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. If I can trace the stories, that's just like I'm looking at the Muslim people now. So I'm starting to looking at all y'all. So y'all think it's okay to sleep with a 6 year old? Muhammad had a 6 year old wife. So y'all telling me that the angel Gabriel came down and God sent him to Muhammad and gave him the word to write the Quran and told him it was okay to sleep with 6 year olds, to take a 6 year old wife. But it's a book. So even if Gabriel did come to Muhammad, who also could not read or write, they saying his wife had to write the Quran. Okay? Of course, a smart woman. His wife had to write the Quran. That's in there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Feeder. The word, God's word remains the same. Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene. Gonna take her for instance. Y'all kicked her completely out, except for a couple of statements that tells us they had me personally all my life thinking she was a prostitute. That's so far from the truth. Why? That's why she was the closest. Y'all give us that little bit from a kid. She was the closest to him, but she was also a prostitute. So y'all needed it. I always felt like make it make sense. Then I get a grown ass woman. I find out that y'all left her story completely out the Bible. Y'all left her completely out the Bible. And the little bit y'all did, y'all designed it to where everybody thought she was a whore. And that's farther from the truth. She went on to do some of the same miracles that Jesus did. Everything that he taught her. So no, I read the Bible, but I just go a little bit farther to because I know man had his ways with it. So I just study and I go study the stories and I go see what yeah, and that's what I feel like I'm chosen to do, to tell the truth. So I can pretty much go with anybody. I go with head to head with pastors. I be in the church like Sunday. I be in the church and he have to clear it up because he was talking about Jesus and Noah. And I was like, what do Jesus got to do with Noah? And guess what he said? He came out the blue and he said, and for y'all in here thinking, what do Jesus got to do with Noah? I'm just going to tell you. And he was saying, their spirits, the spirit. Because I'm like, them two different, at two different times. You see what I'm saying? So I study the book of Enoch. And if you study the book of Revelations, that's what I'm saying. You study the stuff. Don't I wouldn't be reading a book that I don't know where the people came from or nothing about the lands or nothing about the stories. Those stories are amazing to me. You know, um, I be want to know. I be want to know where the Nile River was at. You know, I want to know where the ark sailed at. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. You know, I want to know where they walked at. I wanted to know where Jesus was buried at. I wanted to know if some of his people still, okay, Sugar Pop exists. You know, if his bloodline still exists. So the more you dig and learn and study, the more you be like, wait a minute. Right, Shayla. So, you know, y'all gonna stay, you know, on that one wave of, you know, just what the Bible says. You know, so think about the people in Africa. Okay, if you say you're a black person and you a black person and you um oh, that's so wrong. That was so wrong for them to have us in slavery. That was so wrong about slavery. How can you say that? They didn't have a Bible. You know, the slaves didn't have a Bible. The people in Africa, they don't have a Bible until they get until they got here. You see what I'm saying? So they just went through God. You know, that's just how I feel personally. You know, and I feel like things have been tampered with. Do I love the Bible and love the stories and all that? I do. I pray all day, 2, 3 times a day, and I tell God that. That's what I'm saying. So somebody telling me, "Oh, I'm chosen by God," and or I'm this and I'm that. That's sort of kind of hard to me to, you know, relate to. I'm always going, you know, feel a little different. But just because I do know it's all those people all around the world, and I do know um, it's all those different cultures and different religions. So I'm never not in America. So I would be what you call a Christian, but I'm just going to study. I'm just not going to go on what nobody tell me, and I'm not going to read be reading a book and I don't know what they talking about, you know? So I try to learn to that stuff. And the people over there where Jesus was, they don't have a Bible, you know? Asking for a lot of things in the name of Jesus, I feel like it don't got me a long way all my life. Because when things get bad for me, I'll be like, in my prayers, I used to be like, um, Well, if you go basically to the Bible, it say when you ask in the name of Jesus, then you cannot be renounced or refused. God gonna do it regardless. And I always felt like it worked. Uh, and I still feel like it works because I do feel like Jesus is a master. I'm gonna say that. But was he the only one? Now that I have learned so much, and no, he wasn't. And like I really study, so you know. So I even studied with Adam and Eve and everything. I never knew Adam had a Bible, and I don't know how I got there. But besides that, I learned that. Did you know in Canada that allegedly, they don't have guns. They have a suicide assistant line. Okay, so if you feeling bad about something, I've been wondering how do people you assist somebody to unalive themselves. That sounds crazy for me. And then they said they donate the organs and they drain the blood. So what do they do with it? That's what I'm saying. I be learning so much. I just be a walking book of information. Like what do they do with it? That is so weird to me. And then that's right, Shayla. So if you're gonna go on that Bible tell you to ask and you shall receive. Okay? And the stories are so amazing. So I just want to know, you know? I want to know about Mary Magdalene and her history. I want to know about Peter. I want to know about John. I want to know about Thomas. So that would make me go study. And you can do the same. You can look them up, each person, put it in your YouTube search, and see what each person had to say and their lineage and their legacy, and the same as other people. Ain't nobody telling me this. I'm coming to this conclusion on my own. These are my own personal opinions. And the religions and Christianity, and I go to church. Lafita, so I see the pastor play. But then can you go and say, I need help with my light bill? Can you go and say, I'm short on these funeral expenses? So it's that part um, and stuff that's bothering me. So when I go, I'm going to pray for the with the people, you know. When you come talking about Jesus, it come with Lafita, it's gonna be every time. But I try to explain to her why and why I try to learn so much and study so much and how I am. I got all these people I want to know. Krishna always studied and said, "May the gods bless you. May the gods bless you." She in India. I want to know why she say, "May the gods bless you." You know, I want to know. I want to know why they believe in more than one God. I got more than just black and white friends. Or why the Asians believe in Buddha. And what the monks study and what they believe in. And about Buddhism. Why the Jehovah Witnesses study what they study. You know, you got to know and ask questions And just doing that, what I found is, personally, for me, baby, I just love God. I don't care who you are, how you study, what your beliefs are. If you love God, then I love you. You, I can't say that they're right or we wrong because they say God, God's with the S, and we say God with the D. But that's just always been questionable to me that I seen the S in the Bibles and they never could explain it. So I do my own research. Like today, I think Duck was in there thinking like, is she crazy? Because I was in there asking Chat GTP about the tomb of Gilgamesh because they keep on saying that um, Hillary Clinton then was looking for the tomb of Gilgamesh. So I asked GPT and Siri, and they told me that that was more like a rumor or something, like started over the internet. Did I mean to? Mm-hmm. Well, you better turn your notification off and turn it back on then. But hello, hello, hello. How are you? I feel a little bit better. That's what I was telling Shayla and them. I feel a little bit better, but not feeling good. Y'all know if I don't feel good physically, I'm still in there learning stuff. So that's what I was just telling them. Like, if you know, I watch too much Rich Homie CC and Joe Rogan, Terrence, you know, like all of them. You know, I watch too much of that stuff. So that's what I was telling them. Sugar Pop, well, I say Sugar Pop. Lafita was asking me, like, Rebel, what makes you study and, like, go so far? And I was trying to tell her, like, I don't know. I just been like this as a little girl. I always had questions because a lot of the stuff didn't make sense to me, you know. Um, and my grandma and them couldn't answer it. My grandma, I got a grandma over there that's 90 something right now. And I can go over there and ask her, and she gonna still tell me based on the Bible, you know. And when I tell her, like, the history of the writers of the Bible and stuff, like, they didn't study and go as far, you know, as we're able to find out and go and stuff today. So, you know, they didn't know these things. So I was in there debating with my uncle today, and he like 770 and 70 something, like 77 or something. Um, and I was so shocked because he studied Islam and Christian, and right now he been more going to church. And he was like, "Well, Tan, but he was telling me Jesus can do something," and it got us on a conversation of that. And I told him I'm sort of like him. I'm just a walking book of information that loves God because I talk to so many different people and I study so many different cultures and different things that, yes, Balcony Chronicles, Elite here too. I don't talk to the sleep. Um, study so many things and so many cultures, and I have so many different kind of friends, which make me want to know um, how they study and what they're learning, you know, and how they live. Like what Krishna is studying over there in India, and you know, cause she be like, Rebel, I'm gonna pray for you, and they namaste, and they, you know, so which makes me want to learn more about how they study and how they feel about God and their culture, and you know, so that's why how I end up so deep. So Yeah, I'm gonna tell my sons. Now, bruh, I don't know. Like that makes me look at you just like I look at it with the Bible with King James totally different. Since I learned the things that I learned, I look at it with the Quran totally different. Now too, like I don't know if I could follow that. I don't care what ancient day and time it was. Sort of like Rich Homie CC was saying, like I don't know if I can have so much respect for a man that have a 6-year old wife. So that make me think y'all would have or just say, hey, really,
What's up?
um, y'all think it's cool to be with a 6-year old? Like, I don't know if I would believe everything you say. You see what I'm saying? If that's your character, my opinion, you know. And I know my sons, 2 of them, baby. I'm ready. Uh, with Hakeem and Randall, they gonna be like, and like right now, my son is straight. I'm a Christian, Jesus, you know. But when a brother go to jail, they really break down. But he was 5% now. He was a Rast. No, he was a yeah Rast more lean on the Rastafari and whatever that side. And then look at Elite. Elite took her Shahada and all of that. Then she started learning more. So now she just love God. She don't know she about like her mom, but she know what she know on both sides and stuff. So it's sort of like just pray to God and let him know that like I love you and I know the stories, but they got it so mixed up and confused. They got it so mixed up and confused. I don't really trust none of the people. Okay, all I trust is my heart and my God, the one I know to get these bills paid what I need, that protect my children, you know, to keep me well, the one that's protecting me, or the ones, all the guardian angels that are protecting me, okay? Because these people crazy, and they twisting and turning
Yes.
stuff.
You didn't go to the store, did
I bet you still, you got a 10 that up. I got some chips in there, they plain, and some chocolate chip cookies beside my bed. Hello, LeBron. Thank you for your support. I always see you supporting me in the community or on the short or something. I seen that the other day. So thank you. I think I told you thank you somewhere or something. But I always see you like every other day and I really appreciate you. So even when I'm under weather, I see y'all big head people. Always. I see ya. I see ya. And somebody left me a note today. I was leaving a short.
you?
No, what Miss Lafita? Miss Lafita said, I'll be right back. Because she, you know, she'll be right back. Because she had something to tell me. But you know, once we start going far in the Bible, I get on King James, baby, I'll be raising her blood pressure. She'll be back in a minute. Thank you so much. You guys are too. You guys are too. So that's what I'm saying. I get overwhelmed and get burnt out, and I just feel like I just love them and trust them, the God, so much. And you know that's like messing with your frequency. You can't have faith and trust and worry at the same time. But us being humans, that just has just just a task, like Jet say. That's just a task. If we don't want to use the H word, that's just the task. And get overwhelmed, and my whole arm and stuff was hurting me. It's a little bit better now. I had to for like the last 2 days, I've just been saying like, you got to get yourself out of this. You got to get yourself out of this. And I really came on because Sugar Pop, because she was like, Red Boy, you going live. You know, she keep me boosted up, and um, you know, she always over there reading the Bible. So that's what I was telling her. Like, I take all the words and the stories and stuff that I'm gonna say that I can study and trace back. That's what I'm saying. I'm learning more. I never knew this stuff about. As a little girl, I never knew this about King James and stuff. I just knew read the Bible. These people read the Bible. The next thing I knew was, I think I knew about Jehovah Witnesses before I knew about Islam and the Muslim people. Sister! Hello, Tanithia. Hello, sweet sister. I missed you so much. I missed you guys so much. Yeah, I said I got to get back to work. I got to get back on the ball, Tanithia. And I was, that's what I was just telling them. Like, for the last 2 days, I literally been saying to myself, like, okay, your pain in your arm living, like, you got to get back doing your stuff. You can't get to your 5,000 subscribers and just get like that. But it becomes overwhelming, you know. And they got less subscribers than me, but hell, they're doing something, so they hours be, you know, different. And then I think I get close to the hours, they'll come back and mess with me and say we did this in the live, we did that in the live. So they was really running my. You was just gonna say what to the at? They was running my blood pressure up, all this stuff. Okay, okay. Um, Yeah, so I don't know. I just study all of that, and it's just questionable to me, and I can't wait to ask them. I know it's gonna be another debate with my son, because I'm gonna be like, how do y'all get around it? So, but they gonna say because we're all men and we all sin, right? But just knowing all that stuff, I'm just praying to God. Hey, I feel like he can't say that, but she just loved me so much. She just want to know everything. I just want to know. And as far as I know, it is looking like one can't say one right, or one you rolling up a blunt. I'm so glad to see Tamika. Yeah, she said she just getting in. She'll be back in a minute. Yeah, so I just been telling God because I don't want to say that. You know, if you listen to the Bible, you know the Bible say that false prophets will come. Some people gonna come and try to deter you. I don't listen to the same stuff all my life too. You know, you don't question. But I've been had that question. I used to tell my sister-in-law. I used to be like, and we probably was in our 20s. I used to be like, they be like, don't question God. Don't question God. Don't ask God no questions. And I'm like, well, who am I supposed to ask then? Because I'm on my own with this. Like, I've just been like that. I just been had questions. So I don't mean to be offensive, you know, or go just too far. But I be wanting to know, honey. And I be wanting to know their genealogy, you know. And the Bible, to me, should make you want to have more questions. Because if you look up there, look, if y'all been looking at this picture of Jesus all your life, then you read the description of him you gave him to him and they give it to you in the Bible, you be like, this ain't that, and that this ain't that, and that ain't this here, and this here ain't that right there. So how y'all get this right here out of that right there? It don't make no sense. So I don't be meaning to be offensive, you know. And Shayla and Mr. Peter said, we don't mean no harm, but respectfully, Rebel, are you a Christian? Oh, Lord. That's the garbage truck, ain't it? Welcome back, sister. I missed you so much. So, yes, that's just like Tanithia. She know that. I love
Are
God.
you a Christian?
Tanithia,
No, are you a Christian?
am I a Christian? No, that's what they call us over here. But that's what I'm telling you. Is it the religion? Like, what's making you claim that? And what made y'all act like that or feel like that? I'm just telling you that. Yes, I missed you too, sister, and I appreciate you. I appreciate my birthday gift, my songs, everything. I love you so much. I was just telling them like it gets overwhelming. You got to take you a break, and the people I learn so much and I grow so much and I meet so many people I wouldn't even think that. Like with 5,000 people, that's what I was just not telling Levita. Like I have so many different friends that study so many different things and are in different places. Like when I'm on Krishna channel and they're well in India, they yes, I do. Yes, I do know you love me. Yes, I do. So that's what I'm saying. I have people that love me all around the world. So when I'm in Krishna channel and they in India and they talking about this and I can see the altars and all of that stuff, I want to learn of, I want to know what's going on, and I want to know what she learning, and how she feeling. um, when she be like, I'll pray for you, and if we ain't praying to the same gods and the same people and all that, I want to learn. I want to know, like, what do the people in India believe, and what do their culture? So that's what makes me go, so deep and want to learn the different things and learn the different things. And that's with any book. You want to read a book? Oh well, I guess people do read a book and don't want to know who the author is. I don't know what made me want to know who the author is, but any book, I would think if you basing your life on a book, okay, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, either one, if you basing your life on these books or these writings, you will want to know about the person who wrote it or the character of the person who wrote it and the places and the culture that they from. Not every book, but books that you base your life on. You don't want to know about the author of the book. I do. I'm nosy as hell, but especially if I'm gonna base my life on it. I want to know about the person who wrote this down, who telling me what to do, and just those two writers. When I come back with my opinion on the Torah, I have my opinion on that. I got to find out about the writer, and I'm going to find about that next. But them two writers right there just don't sit with me well, you know. And that's all I'm saying. I can trace some of the stories in each book. We know that Jesus or Yahshua, whichever one y'all want to say, um, we know that's true. Now. So it's in both of those books. We know both of them put it in both of them books. But then they put a lot of more stuff in both of them books, and they left a lot of more stuff out of them books. And the slaves didn't have a Bible or a Quran. They prayed to the gods and the creators of the universe and their ancestors. I'm just saying, they were given the Bible that the author wrote of the stories that have been passed down that he have heard. Uh, what's the man name? I just said it. He wasn't here. King James wasn't here when Jesus was here. Him and whoever else, because it wasn't even just him. I think they say like two more people. So I don't know. So you know,
Also write a book on how to worship the devil
yeah, you was
before he
asleep. You was
left.
asleep. I told her that. I said, Miss Lafita, he also wrote, and that's what she said. It's the other version. I said incorrect, and we also have BC and AD. So Jesus wasn't here when Moses and them was here. It's different times. And from the looks of it, they talking about two different gods. So for us over here in the United States, allegedly, I'm just a walking book of information. I need to stop watching this stuff and quit learning. And it's the only way I go have more questions and questions and questions. And I constantly say that's what I'm saying. She don't be here for my live streams. If you try to figure out God, your head go hurt, your brain go hurt, you gonna go crazy. All you can do is love him, and I think that makes him love me even more, cause he know I want to know. Okay, he know I want to know what's going on. Right, Jet. So, and y'all don't help it. Jet, you definitely don't help it. No, you gonna send me something crazy. I'm all over the place, okay? With the Galaxy Federation. I'm gonna be quiet because I'm not CC. Let him say it and I just learned it. I ain't see it. But this is crazy. Okay? So you can in Africa, they can pull you out your house and set you on fire. Allegedly. Then he said in Canada, I was telling Miss Lafita that she said she'll be back. You know, don't play with Jesus. Don't ask no questions or none of that. She don't play that. So she said, I'll be back. But I'm just telling her because she was like, Rebel, what makes you go so deep? Yes, he's doing cannabis. I'm finna do some cannabis too. She talking about puff puff pass. You need to cut it out. No, you ain't puff puff passing that. Um, she said, Rebel, what be making you get so deep in her and Shayla? They was like, you know, do you love Jesus? I do with everything in me. I talk to him sometimes, but he ain't the only one that I talk to. I talk to my ancestors, and I talk to God, and I talk to Jesus. And I be telling Jesus, look, y'all up there, can y'all please work together for the good of me? Okay? So, but I don't know, Tanithia, I don't know, sister. I'm just, that stuff is just mind blowing. It piques my curiosity, you know. I want to know about the lands and all of that stuff, you know, and the different cultures, and which take me to the government and all of that. And I don't watch that stuff one time yet. Like, I have to understand. So I watch it two, three times. Like right now, today, I don't watch um CC and the little white boy. I don't watch them like two times, and I'm probably gonna watch it again to make sure I'm understanding um what he's explaining to me. You see what I'm saying? Which, hey, Sugar Pop, that's what I was just telling him. Like, never, I never want to be offensive to nobody because, you know, I don't know if you know Tanika's channel. You know, my sister love God, and she gives scripture, and she read a lot from the Bible, and she praise dance, and you know, she do all that, and I can run everything past her. And that's what I was telling her. Like, um, I don't know what makes that stuff pique my, what is it, daughter? Curiosity, you know, to make me want to learn, um, you know, all of those things. I just wanted to know, like, who was the authors, who wrote this stuff. And I wanted to know, like, does Jesus bloodline still exist? And I wanted to know, you know, about the powers. It's the Holy Spirit that piques my curiosity. uh I think so, sister, because that's what they was telling me Sunday. They was like, you'll mess around. You be doing all of that and going back and forth about what the preacher and what he's saying, what's wrong or right. Then you'll do it. I could never, I don't think I would be a preacher or fall in the line with them, because I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to go back years beyond that Bible. That Bible only like 700 years old or something. Um, but the world, as far as we can go, we in 2026. They can trace it back 2,000 years. So I don't know what made me want to go back past that and find out who wrote it, and just all those things. Like, what went on Earth before Adam and Eve, and who was Cain talking about when he told God they'll kill him? Just questions that I had. And like I told you, when I watched over there with Krishna and them, and we in India, and they got Buddha, and they got the different gods, or I wanted to know why they study like that, and who were these different gods that they're talking about, and you know, and if you can't do magic, why in Dubai, if you do magic, you will, when you do get the answers, what will it do for you? It will make me more comfortable that I'm following the right person, and I'm praying to um, the right guys and not the wrong deities. I don't want to be praying to a judgmental, killing, jealous God. I don't think that if God is all knowing and all good, and I don't think he's any of those things. And I don't even know if he's a he, because like my uncle said, nobody has died and came back to tell us at 77. And he confused me today once we got on this topic, because like I said, he's a Vietnam vet. He's 77. Um he's been a Muslim, and he studied Greek mythology, and he can speak Arabic, and he's fought in wars. Like, he's very smart. But he says of right now, he just follows Jesus. And it blew me away, because I didn't believe that's what he was going to say. Who is that God? That's that God, one of them gods in the Bible. I think it's Yahweh. The God that said, I'm jealous. The jealous God. That you put no man before me, or you put no God before me. If there's only one God, who would you be put before him? The killer I speak of, that's one of them gods. Oh, y'all talking about something else? That's one of them guys. Sugar Pop, either in the First Testament or the Second Testament. I don't want to quote and be wrong. One of them guys says, "There, you should worship no other God before me." If there's only one God, because that ain't what they saying over there in India or in Mexico, in different places of the world. They have different gods. But in the Bible, if you don't want to be contradictory, that's what I'm saying. A man wrote it. He should have left that out, because you saying that God said you should not worship or serve nobody over me. Then the Bible also says, he said, let us go and create them in our image. who is our. So just questions. That makes me go so deep. And so like I was telling Tanithia, Krishna is our sister. So if we in her live and she over there in India and she's praying and they worshiping and I come in and the Indian people like namaste, sister, namaste. I want to know. I want to know who's who's these gods that y'all praying to to me for. When they say pray for rebel. That's right, sugar pop. That's what my uncle said today. Your exact words. God is I am. So don't base your life on neither book. I'm totally blown with this man who is a Vietnam vet, who was a Muslim most of my life, who his mom and them, I got a 90-year-old something grandma that was here. They come from slaves still when they was still. That's what I'm saying. He fought in the Vietnam War. So for him today to say, stick with Jesus. Stick with Jesus. I'm gonna base my life on the King James Version. Shayla, baby, I understand. It's got some good stuff in there. Some of the stuff in there, I'm not knocking it. Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying if I'm gonna base my life on a book,
It's a murderer, a rapist, and a crazy.
shut up, shut up, Elite. If I'm gonna base my life on a book, I want to know who wrote the book.
He unalived his mom, raped his sister, and killed his brother.
Should Elite hush. I was too busy talking to Sugar Pop. I don't know what y'all talking about, but if I'm going to base my life on the book, I'm going to want to know the author that wrote the book. So,
The operator's
if
just
you're going to be
like
a
Donald.
Muslim
He's
or
just
a
like Donald
Christian,
Trump.
why would you call King James Donald Trump? This girl's crazy over here beside me. I want to know. Oh no, I found what I'm looking for, Sugar Pop. I just want to know, I want to know the stories. If you gonna tell me that, I just want to know. I just want to know. I want to know if his bloodline still exists. They want to know if his bloodline still exists. That's why they had the, what is it, 23 and Me.
They do.
Yeah, they want to know if his bloodline still exists. I want to know if Jesus' family still exists, if his bloodline still exists. Yes, Jet. Just want to know the different origins and stories. That would be wrong for. What if Krishna said, "Oh, y'all wrong, because y'all only believe in one God. No, it's more than one God." Or what if my Mexican friends said that? You know, so I can't say who is wrong or who is right. I can just go on what I believe, what I don't have mine based on. I don't told y'all I don't been in there praying on my knees saying, "Please God, in the name of Jesus," and the light truck pull up and it be my family member outside. So yes, I'm a strong believer, but do I believe they don't mess and tamper with that stuff so bad that you have to just go within your own conscience and learn? And do I believe that they left a lot of things out that can help us and left a lot of things in for control? Yes, I do. Like, if y'all on YouTube and you study, then you should, study. Watch people like Rich Homie CC. Watch It's So Bad. You know, and I'm not racist at all. You know that Jet, all these white people and stuff now, they start to interview him. He all over the place. He got to be scared for his life and all kind of stuff. And you would never think a person that was an ex-gang member, this is how you don't know who God gonna put it in. And I don't want to bother me and my channel because it get that deep. They get to messing with CC them, you know, for speaking the truth. But that's just the truth. That's how I'm looking at it. And that's with the Bible and the Quran. And I'm going to have to debate with my own children about this. Like, yeah, that's not cool with me. That's not cool with me to find out that Muhammad, who wrote the Quran,
Muhammad did not write the Quran.
well, he didn't write it.
Living it.
Well, he said God gave it to him.
No.
Gabriel gave it to him.
Right, a white man.
The angel Gabriel came and gave him the
Bullshit.
Quran.
Bullshit.
And in the Quran, it's okay for him to have a 6-year-old wife. And all the Islamic people all over the world and the Muslim people, y'all over there where Jesus actually walked and lived, it's okay to have a 6-year-old wife. I don't agree with that. So now I'm looking at you then just like, do y'all agree with that? Same thing with the Bible. As much as I know the stories and I go back and I see and I don't learn to Mary Magdalene, I know she's real. I know Peter was real. He got a whole church. They swear they got his bones and all of that. So I'm not disputing nothing about the Bible. But did they put in what they wanted and left out what they wanted? Yes, they did. Is there 700 versions? Yes, they is. If I go over there and tell my 90-year-old grandma that, she going to be looking at me talking just like Miss Lafita and Shayla.
If it's 700 versions of one book, how do you know which one is the true version that you live your life based on to go to the golden gates of heaven?
I'm supposed to be okay with that. I'm supposed to be okay with knowing that King James murdered his mama to be the king, okay? Then got a boyfriend, okay? Then he told us we got to say amen to Amun Ra, which is a totally different God, okay? This is all what King James said. Then you can have slaves, which the slaves, when they brought them over here, they did not have a Bible. In Africa, they did not have a Bible. They only could pray to God and their ancestors. They knew of Jesus. They ain't know of no Bible. So the slaves weren't Christians.
Until it was forced upon them.
Until they were
Forced.
My name Toby. I mean my name Kuta. Your name Toby. My name Kuta. Your name Toby. My name Kuta. Your name Toby.
And then he finally said, my name Toby.
He took the baby out there and he said, I give this baby back to who? God and my ancestors. They ain't had no Bible. I love the Bible. I love the Bible. And you know why Jesus, when he was on that, my opinion, when he was on that cross and he said, Father, why have you, Father, he called him Father. He calls him Father. He calls him Father. Not Lord. None of them words that they didn't even have, okay? Lord didn't come to the Romans. And then they don't even tell us that the first Romans was black kings. Oh my goodness. You're right, Sugar Pop. I learned too much. I only know Julius Caesar and them. I only know Pontius Pilate gave Jesus over. They killed Jesus. That's all you ever knew. But did you know, before they even took all of that, the people from Africa already had it. So you have to go back to the Egyptians, which go back to Moses and them, which goes back before Jesus. Jesus descended of King David and them on down the line, if you follow the stories from beginning to end. So that just be my thing. Right, Sugar Pop. Some are BC, before Christ, and some are AD. And they don't tell us that. And they ain't tell my grandma and them that. And they still don't know that, which is fine. So God not going to judge them that for that. You don't.
How can you be judged for anything if
That
you
you
have
don't
free
know.
will?
You know.
If you have free will.
But the slaves ain't
That's
know
what the
that.
Bible says, that you have free will.
Right, Jet. BC
So how can you be judged for
and
anything that you
AD.
do if you have free will? Wouldn't that be against your will? Your free will?
Hmm. I don't think
How can
so.
you be judged for anything if you have free will? Wouldn't that be against your free will?
How can you be judged for anything if you have free will? That's what I'm saying. It's confusing. No,
No, it's not confusing. It's very
Sugar
simple.
Pop. My blessings be. God's so good to me. I never think I'm playing with fire. I, I just that's not real to me. If I can't ask Him and know the truth, and you want me, I don't think God will want me to solely depend free will, good or bad. That's right, Jed. I don't think He would want me solely to depend on what a white man wrote down and gave to the slaves. I just don't see that. Cause how were they living before that? What about the people in the tribes that right now that live and eat? And I just watched a tribe. God has blessed them and touched them so good that they live on the water, okay? They live on the water. It's something in them. God has granted them a power that they can hold their breath for up to 4 minutes, okay? Like a fish. That we got to get devices. A regular human, if a person, deep divers, the divers, the Navy, all them, y'all got to get them air pumps and all of that stuff to go underwater. It's a tribe right now in Asia. They live on the water. The babies are automatically born like this. Nowhere else in this universe that God has gave them this power. They only eat things from the sea. So they can go, Google it, put it in your YouTube search engines. But they tell us, they don't tell us that God can touch us like that and give us them powers or whatever. That kind of stuff is nowhere in the Bible. It's Africans. It's places in Africa that they've never seen none of this stuff. They can jump so high. They have the ability to jump so high. I'm going to get me some pine cones, because something to do with the pine cones in your third eye and something. Pine cones, they're becoming extinct around the world. Like all this different stuff that they know. Don't you know? God already know that. If He got something, other creations, which I believe is other people or other aliens or other Homo sapiens, whatever you want to call them, it's other things on other planets. It's not just us. I'm starting to believe it's sort of like
on this planet, not just us.
yeah. I believe they're here too. I believe that spirits. We have good spirits here walking among us, and we have demons here walking, um, you know, among us. And, that's just my beliefs. I think He honors me more and He blesses me more. I don't do nothing. Jet, it's X-Men around this bitch. For real. For real. Um, I'm there, Jet. I'm there. I'm there. Yeah, God got it's more than just us. They would never tell that. They would never put that in there. They don't want us to know that. They can't Over here in the United States, they wouldn't be able to explain it to us. They got to put on masks and pumps and stuff to do that. Well, God puts just that power in you. You know, this little bit of faith we got over there, them people don't got that faith like that. They can go take the honeycomb out the tree with the bees. Did you hear that today? Did you hear a little bit of that? They skin so tough. God made them like that. Okay? God made them like that. They survive off the honeycombs and stuff. So they skin, he don't put something in them in Africa. He don't put something in them where they can survive to go up there, get the honeycomb, bite the honeycomb, the bees be all over them, they immune to the stings. This how amazing God is. I want to know of that. I want to know. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. My son trying to call me. Um, yeah. Oh, and the way I'm set up, Sugar Pop, the way I'm set up, that's what I'm telling him every day. I have to be, my story's going to be great. I'm going to be that testimony to be able to show him that, like you, to show, I already show it, but I feel like this time, the miracle and the blessing is going to be big just to make people believers. Like, I ain't did none of that. And my blessing's been so big and so amazing all my life because he know I just want to know he, she, they. I don't know. He know that. Huh? Hold on, y'all. So he said they. I don't want to see nothing happen to her. Lord have mercy, Jesus. That's what I'm saying. There's always something. Y'all still there? Is y'all still there? What you amen in? She ye the first to kick in of heaven, and all you things shall be added unto you. Right. The right way. And Shayla said, amen. Matthew 6:3. Yeah, I think I seek too much. Oh no, I don't I know I don't have King James in there. And my mother in law just sent a new one. I've seen all the versions too. It's 700 of them. They just bounce off of each other. They just bounce off of each other. So as of right now, I just love God. You know, and my it's really hard for me to believe or go with anything different because I just know how amazingly I be blessed, and I just know like once I learn the stories of Tamar, and I even went back and learned about Sheba's story, and Ruth and Naomi, and once you learn the stories and stuff, you just you I'm nosy. I want to know who these people are. And the first one, they got it over there locked up somewhere in France, somewhere, but I don't know, uh, we're all into different things, and there's no judging over here, so I hope y'all don't judge me. I love it, and I just try
Who
to
cares if they do?
learn, more
Are they
of more.
God?
That's what I'm saying. I don't judge. I just try to learn, and I try to not
Judge your
say
mammy.
say who's wrong or who's right, you know. And people like Jet and them make it even worse,
Judge your
sending me out
mama.
as Pimp CC and stuff. So, you know, I just want to
Oh,
know.
look now.
I just be wanting to know, you know.
That's a real baby sleep.
I want to know about the
Okay.
Nile River and where it was located. Because they put below Pole of Moses in there and sent them down the stream.
I wanna know your
So I
name.
definitely believe in all of that.
I wanna
Then
know
like that.
your
So,
name. I wanna know. I wanna know everything. I wanna know
yeah, I
if
want to
you're
know
ever
everything,
in. I can come over in.
I'm just nosy. I'm
I don't
just,
think people forgot me because my baby got bored of it.
but he had to turn around and get one of them. He said, he never knew until big on CC. See, that's what I'm saying, Jed. I'm a little bit older than you. So I have been hearing stuff here and there, and then watching scientist Neil, okay, and then listening to Terrence Howard. and Cat Williams, all these rich ass people who have nothing to do but study history from 2,000 years ago, from the beginning, you know? So, and they can actually show me where a bad flood took place. They can actually go over here in these pyramids and show me this. See why I messed up, Jet? You talking about you never knew until Rich on me, CC. You know, I'm sitting up here watching them in the pyramids and stuff. So like, things are like really mind blowing to me right now. And some people may have not seen what we're seeing. So
And everybody's
get your
minds
shower,
are
girl.
not open.
Yeah, everybody is like my cousin Paulette. I don't messed her up. Jet, we don't messed her up. Between me, her daughter, and my daughter. Yeah, she is learning so much and just like this and that and this and that and this and that. Like, and then it plays so much into each, hand in hand. Like, with religion and politics, I told you today I was sitting up there asking Chat GTP. I asked them about the tomb of Gilgamesh. Or I asked them about jinns because CC and them, they convinced that jinns exist. Okay? He said jinns are real. He said jinns are real. He said he was somewhere in Africa. He said, and African people, he was over there getting somebody on the sex trafficking. That's what he do, a bounty hunter. He was over there getting a girl, and he was asking them. Somehow they got on the topic of jinns, and he was asking the old African people. He said everybody in the fucking village, just everybody was in dark caves and stuff. Yeah, the crazy man be going over there rescuing the kids. So listen, he said, did y'all know cannibalism ain't even illegal nowhere in the United States but in Idaho? Man, look it up. Soon as the crazy man said this today, I don't have to pause him and the little white boy, okay? And go look at Google it. I'm scared for him. He's scared. He like Candace over. He like, man, I gotta be careful right now. He was like, and the reason he won't take no brand deal or whatever, he was like, man, the man's so smart. So the man said, babe, into the Epstein file, we ain't heard that. But why you think we ain't heard nothing about them locking none of them up or none of that stuff, allegedly? Because you can eat fucking babies. Get the fuck out of here. Because something in their plasma y'all think gonna make y'all live youthful or longer. But if God gonna get you, he gonna get you. Yes, I did not know that. Did you know that? Then they talking about particles being the hamburger. Man, leave me alone. That's what I'm saying. That's why. That's why, Sugar Pop. That's why. That's why I'm studying all this stuff and learning all this stuff. Y'all have been putting everything on the Asians. Oh, they feeding us dogs and cats and, all this. What if they been feeding y'all ass human? Then what the fuck y'all gonna say? I'm, I'm, I'm mind blown. And I try to not eat meat. I be having to have me a piece of meat. Like, this is just crazy, man. So is that why y'all ain't bother them? Because we found out all this stuff, allegedly. I'll come mess with my channel. I already feel like my little views down. But I'm going to keep on. I know how I'm going to get on y'all ass. Like y'all told me to. I just got to go to work, little mama. That was so funny. I had to post the damn YouTube chat GPT, allegedly. I can't be. I messaged her. I was like, wait a minute, my views down. Because my grandkids, that's what I'm saying, I be trying to learn. They said people will be reporting you or shadow block you or whatever else it is. Yeah, I had them. I had YouTube. They probably like, this girl just crazy. And they like, no, get your hours. You had live streams took from you for This nigga talk about tastes like chicken. Then he said,
Tastes like McDonald's, allegedly.
mm, yes. He said it's not illegal. He on there with, I can't even think his name. And he said he don't have no problem with us calling him the little nerd boy or the smart ass little white boy because he a smart ass little white boy. And he said they keep on trying to get him to doing different stuff he want. And he got black people. He got big homie CC on his thing. He said he would never be. He said Unc be on some bullshit. He said the only thing with Unc them and the Braxton's them is ain't no scientifically facts with that. That's what I'm saying, which is a total different God that Unc them believe in. Okay, Abraxas is a totally different deity or entity or whatever else in his own self. Okay, I looked him up. The big head, him and the brother, um, Abraxas. But see, they believe that the God is a woman who started it over Abraxas. There's Abraxas and her, which is a totally another different one. So Miss Lafita gonna tell me I'm playing with fire. I don't think I could be playing with fire. I think it makes me greater, and I think it makes me like Kat said more awoke, awakened. What they said, people becoming awoke
But
because it don't make sense. I'm going to get me some pine cones. Sophia,
yeah,
Jet, you a smart ass. You a smart ass. And that's what I'm saying. I would never expect, not saying you a YN or none of that, how you said it. I'm just saying, these young people, like, CC ain't no YN. I don't know how old he is. He go actually teach military combat and teach them stuff. Because he a bounty hunter and been all over there and fighting and retrieving people and bringing them back from the 9/11 and rescuing the little girls. And he said he went to go rescue the one little girl. She was in there with the men. They was bringing the men out. When the village found out what they were doing with the little young girl, they set the men on fire right there in front of him. He was trying to save them or whatever. They snatched him, set him on fire. He said he stopped eating meat for months because once he got back to the United States, he could not shake that smell. He said so he started trying to grab and get the mama and console the mama and stuff because the mama was going crazy or whatever. But you let him withhold somebody in your basement, girls and stuff. He be all in Iraq. He said he went in there and got one little girl out. She was just in the act of putting her clothes on. The old man was about 60-something years old. Had in a dirt floor in the room with the dirt floor in his fucking hut. And the difference is, anytime I can Google it or chat GTP or one of the scientists, right now I'm dealing with Neil. If they can back it up and the government ain't mess with them, you might better listen to them. You know, and take from it what you can. Just like everything else. Just like everything else. The Bible, the Quran. Because without it, if they think Yahshua coming back or the world will be destroyed, how would you feel? I feel like it would have been happening. Humanity wouldn't even made it this far if it wasn't for the different books and religion. However, you could take it.
Somebody hope,
If they wanted to,
it's something outside of yourself.
they said it's a gene that the gods. We have a worship gene in us. That means every human is going to worship something. And then I'm confused with that because Billy Carson said nobody should be able to say an exact color that humanity started off as, but then the scientists, the Caucasian race, they only traced that to the Caucasus Mountain, and it's just like it just. So how can you say that? Color has always had to be here because we have always had to have a sun. What you talking about, LeBron? He on my shorts. That's fine. Dog, whoever it is. They was like LeBron. That's what I'm saying. I got a lot of different. I got good support, So I had to come back and I don't even really care. Like I do. Now y'all know I do, but I ain't just gonna focus on them hours or whatever, cause I just seen somebody with 7,000 subscribers and she not monetized. Okay, but she do sneaker stuff, so she got them subscribers quick. But she don't be doing live streams. She just started like I did, doing shorts. So it seems like you have to focus on one or the other. So I ain't even focused on that no more. I'm more or less coming because of my people, and I know a lot of people feel like me, so I'll risk that or whatever. And I told my cousins because they was like, "You be learning all that stuff, whatever. You might end up a preacher." I could never do that because I could never take those vows and stuff they took, knowing what I know, you know, knowing the stuff that they left out, and all that. So I really like coach people. So that's why I'm asking God, the God that created us, and the gods of the gods of the gods. Okay. Uh, just to show up and show out this time, do just because I feel like he don't show this so much in my lifetime, but I just have these other people, you know, and these 5,000 people to show that that's not none of that stuff don't even matter. It's how you feel and where you go within your self conscious and your thoughts. Because I struggle with that every day too, And that's what I'm telling Miss Lafita. Like I just feel like he's so good to me, it's gonna get done, and it might not be right then and there, but he make a way, and he never leave me. Oh no, I literally don't work a 9 to 5, and I haven't, in a minute. Now I want to, because I want more and more and more and more, but that's not what was set up for me right at the present time. So that's why I like I just be so blessed, you know. So nobody cannot tell me you cannot solely depend on God, because I do. And if he got a way to get it through you, a blessing through anybody, that's what I'm saying. The pastor who gave me that $3,000, she's going to be a pastor. And she's only 30 something years old. So I think I just look at things sort of different. And I feel like knowing that and watching them debate, I just watched debate with like 10 people. I think it was like and 7 different kind of pastors and just spiritual people. It wasn't all pastors because dang, what's that black boy name? He called himself a follower of Christ. See, that's being a difference too, Miss Lafita, because now we have these people who just follow Christ. Okay, which they follow God, but they call themselves followers of Christ. So, and he had a lot of good points, and Unc had a lot of good points with his crazy self. Because then you could call them crazy, and they can call them crazy, But it's sort of like he manifests and he speaks stuff into existence. He lives very well, speaking and teaching the things that he knows and his beliefs. So I guess whatever God you believe in, that's who gonna bless you. Then, huh? So which make it would make it more than one, because he said his God take care of him, and his God is Abraxas. My God is God who created all of them. That's who I be talking to. I be saying, listen, bro, listen here, cause I don't know, and I don't want to disrespect you if you're a woman, or if it's a couple of y'all. I don't know. They lied. They just lie, 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 lie. They just lie, God. They just lie. So I'm talking to you, and then we gonna go from there. Yep, God made all of them, all the masters. God made Buddha, if you look at it. God made Judah. God made Krishna. God made Jesus, or Yahshua, whichever name you prefer to use. Okay. God made Muhammad. So he made all of them. So I'm talking to him. Because then Kirk Franklin said, well, see, they do that to trick you, to try to make you count Jesus out. So I'm always thankful to Jesus. I always love Jesus. That's why I said, or Yahshua. I don't think that's going to be held against them, because we didn't know that they made a J later on in the years. You see what I'm saying? So I don't be wanting them to not understand what I'm saying or where I'm coming from. But I'm just saying, you cannot get all this new knowledge and don't investigate it,
Or act like you don't know.
or act like you don't know, or you don't see that this don't make no sense. You know. So I'm gonna always try to go back and see why, or how, or why, or where. I always like social studies and science, and now I see why. I ain't never been to math or a speller, even in school. Both of them shits was too hard. Social studies was fun. I wanted to know about George Washington. I don't know why the fuck why, but he was interesting to me. Abraham Lincoln. Social studies stuff was always interesting to me. Science was always interesting to me. How that frog can do that. How they can do that. How they can, you know. Math and spelling was not. I was not good with neither one of them. And still ain't. I'm good with math because, baby, as long as I can count some money, I can count money. I count this money by hand for you. Yeah, I can count. I can count. I can count. But spell it, I'd be like, oh. And I'm sort of glad, because what's spelling? I think I'm losing my mind. See why I have to take a break? But what's spelling? What's a spell? So I really have to feel like I have to watch everything I say. I got to watch who I talk to. I have my most fun on Sundays. I watch my ratchet baddies, and I be my cousins on that back row cutting up, worrying about what the preacher gonna say. Hey, oh, okay, sister, you still here? I be in that back row, worried about what the preacher gonna say and what I could take from it to talk to y'all about, learn from it, what I agree with, what I disagree with, and that's just me. I don't even know what version he preaching from. I'm gonna ask him Sunday. If I go Sunday, I'm gonna ask him. Be like, this girl right here. I'm like, you haven't read the book of Enoch? Because if I was a preacher and I was giving the word of God around the world, and they just keep discovering stuff, I want to go learn of this stuff. Especially, I'm gonna have to ask Allison. Especially if I was a new young preacher and I wanted to be a preacher right now, like in 2026, I would have to go find out like all this stuff. Why would I be going on what happened? No, unless they were psychics. They have an ability. They can. They can. So, CC said that. See what I'm saying? I watch too much of these people. The remote viewer was able to go back, I think somewhere in Egypt. Man, they know. YouTube, I'm going to tell y'all right now, too. Because for y'all running this back for tomorrow to see if y'all can post it. Y'all better not bother my channel for teaching the people what I learned. Because CC said, when we tell them the truth, see, that's what I'm saying. Cat Williams, all that y'all be saying I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. It's on YouTube, okay? You can ask ChatGPT, GBT. You can Google it. You can ask AI. They supposed to. I asked them who was God. I told you that probably was in there like this nigga crazy, man. I just wanted to see what they were gonna say. And guess what it said? It depends on the country you're from and who you're asking. But there's one. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, just be good, okay? Be good. You could be judged by your works. So just be good. Just be good. He just wants you to be good. Now, because I'm confused. And I wonder what Mr. Peter said when I asked her what he said about being jealous. I gotta ask someone on it now. That's my next question because I'm confused. He just said that to the people in America. I'm confused. Shout out to that back row one time, Jay. I'm sure I'm gonna ask him on Sunday. Mika gonna be like, they'll be sitting beside me. I'm gonna say, well, if God said, don't put no God before me, he wasn't talking to the people in Mexico or India. He was just talking to us in the United States. Pastor don't be gonna put me out of church. He gonna be like, you already at the back door. Excuse yourself. Cause every time they bring you, you got a question.
If you get put out of church, I know something.
I've done it before. Oh, I gotta tell Miss Lafita, yeah, I've done it before. Yeah, put me out. Like, why you gonna put me out in front of all these people asking you a question? I'm asking you a question.
And I'm asking you to leave.
The Bible didn't say that. Now, Jet, Tanithia, one of y'all answer my question. Tanithia, answer my question. He should not be able to put me out because if the Bible, if the Bible says, God says, I'm a jealous God, don't serve no other God before me, but the people in Mexico and the people in India got, and the people in Asia, don't they? And the people in Asia got different gods. He must have just been talking to us in the United States. Right? Come again. Because I'm going to know. Ask somebody. I'm going to ask the community chat. I'm going to ask the community. And they just going to have to say, Rebel, get the fuck off here. I want to know. I'm going to ask Krishna. I'm going to ask the people in India. So, well, y'all guys didn't tell y'all that Krishna going to be like, Rebel. She ain't. She going to tell me. She gonna tell me. I'm gonna say it not Krishna.
She gonna say, now God ain't saying that. Y'all lying.
They lying to you. They lying to you, Rebel. They lying to you in the United States. That's what she gonna say. Jet to put the pastor on his itch, then he'll have an answer for you. Cause what? Now, Jet, do that make sense? Oh, I'm crazy. I want to know what Tanithia said. Tanithia, do that make any sense? Oh, Lord. I just, I don't want to go find out, though, till it's time. You talking about, girl, you too curious. Oh, I was just saying. It's just what my Uncle Greg said. He told me so. Ain't nobody came back and told me yet. I found out later on. I'm just saying. Somebody lying. Something ain't right. Miss Lafitte said, you playing with fire, Rebel. Oh my goodness. Why Miss Lafitte about asking questions? Mm. I'm sure gonna I'm sure gonna ask the people tomorrow. And I'm gonna ask the pastor on Sunday. They gonna put me out. Jet said they should not put me out. That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna say, ma'am, it's not time to ask questions right now. Pass the collection plate. Do y'all have anything for the building fund?
Now, Pastor, that don't make no sense. I'm sure I'm gonna ask them. That's on everything I love. I might record it. I'm a content creator. We want to know the truth. And Jet, guess what I'm going to spend my weekend doing?
You want to take the Lord as your Savior? You raise your hand. You don't even got to get out your seat. You can do it from right there.
Are they right about that? They right about that. You can do it from anywhere you at. You come on down to the front and accept the Lord Jesus Christ as Savior. Or you can do it right there at your seat, right there where you at. Girl, you get nobody else. We'll walk you there, walk you down. Like Drewski say, they'll walk you to the plate, they'll walk to the house. And they're down and getting the word and loving on the Lord and loving the people, because the old people, I just be looking at them like they'll give up their rent, their car, they
pay my tithes.
Pay
And
your
you catching the
tithes.
bus to work, the church van. But the preacher got
and that's fine.
a Mercedes Benz.
But I know you lying. Get your camera. Get your camera.
You didn't see them when they went that way?
No, I'm on the tow truck people, y'all. In the weekend, I'm getting a petition. I'm getting a petition against them. The rent lady said ain't nothing she can do about it. We have to complain and do it. They been over here going crazy. They the jump out boys. Just talking about Back City Chronicles. They the jump out boys. No, y'all ain't seen nothing. I ain't been on here. I should have been on here. They been going crazy. Had the little lady out there crying. And she was like, oh, got no $300 and something. Oh, baby, I was so hot. And I recorded it. And I had so much stuff in my phone today. When Elite told me to look for it, when it wasn't even in there, I was so upset. But I told my rent lady, and she said about 15 people been in there. Like, they are so aggressive. The cars is $300 and something a piece to get them out. So if they come down here and tow 3 cars back to back, they done made $1,000 a night out of our parking lot. And we didn't know that. So yeah, I will. Yeah, they been in and out. I'm talking about quick jet. They been out here showing their ass. Yeah, like they targeted or they know it's some free money over here, and people wouldn't believe it. If elite hadn't been coming over here, she wouldn't believe that. Nobody wouldn't believe like how they do. Like you, it'll scare you. You'll think the police rushing in here to get some damn body, and it's them. She said, Shatana, I promise 15 of y'all been in here saying the same thing, and that they are very aggressive and, with their tune, but they got a contract, and I can't do nothing about it. She said only y'all can. She said y'all have to complain. Y'all have to complain. She said I would start a petition. I would say I would get with one of my neighbors, but I ain't gonna get with them. I'm gonna have Elite write it on the top of there and give me 2 pieces of paper, and I'm gonna write around and get as many addresses and signatures as I can. And I'm gonna let the just told people know, yeah, because y'all us. You see what I'm saying? I want to let them know. Y'all finna lose y'all contract about how y'all um, be acting. And when they out here, I'm gonna go out because I don't want you to know which apartment I'm coming out of. I'm gonna go down my steps the other way and way over there in the parking lot. I'm gonna walk up on them and let them know because like y'all be on some bullshit and y'all have no kind of compassion. Like, okay, I know you're doing your job. You need to make your money too. But if I see a mother, if you got that car jacked up and you ain't pulled all the way out, and it's a mother out here, it's really a lot of mothers out here and old ladies. And you can at least give them a chance. Like you could have been like, all right, now if I see you with it right there again or whatever, you don't get the. I'm a towards you. Let that lady stand out there and beg and be humiliated. With me and some other people standing right there and still took her damn car. Like I ain't appreciate this shit. And I'm gonna show y'all to play with your mama or go play in traffic or something. Don't blame me. I'm going to do that. Like y'all don't know who y'all messing with. I am the rebel. I stand on what I say. And I ain't gonna be talking and telling the people nothing that I ain't gonna stand by. And that's just it. Paulette said they might do a march here. We got to listen to Power 98 for Nolan. And if they do, I hope Elite not at work so we can go. So we going. We'll be on here. We going. So that's what I'm saying. You can't stand for nothing and just don't stand for nothing. I got grandkids and stuff growing up. I'm worried about this world. My mama just said don't worry nothing. You can't worry about stuff out of your control. And you can't not worry to the point like that. But you have to have some concern and something set up or something. You just ain't go, what you gonna do? You go,
Ain't worth a damn.
and I only need the guys to give it to me one more time. Because he already give it to me. But give it to me and I get it right. Ain't no going back for me. I already know what to do to constantly generate the income. What's going to, you know, what emotion that, what's going to constantly generate money. So, and I wouldn't do a restaurant or a club or none of that. The two things I want to do ain't going to never go out and I ain't going to do nothing but get better. So, it is what it is, guys. But I'm going to head on out of here. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to try to get back about my business. Ain't no try. I'm going to get back about my business. Coming on here earlier, that's what I'm seeing. Spreading the good word. Letting people know that thoughts are things. Sorry, Miss Lavita. It's from the inside out. And, you know, you do have to pray and you do have to manifest, but you can't just base your life according to them books. And it's, I feel like that's for each culture. You know, if the Indians got a book, I'm always talking about what the Indians got in. I love Indians. If you listen to them, they was here with Christopher Columbus. It's they land. But guess what? We was here before them, indigenous. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know, Miss Lupita. Right about now, at age 51, till I leave here, I'm going to be a hard cookie to crack. I'm about to see it, like my uncle say, long live the rebels, free the rebels, all the damn time. You know it, we just learned in grade. And we going to make sure we get that clear. We love Jesus and we love God. We just said some of that stuff, how they want us to go, they ain't right. And you have to learn and explore and investigate more than just what they're saying. Because if you listen to them, they gonna have you crazy. Telling you God said that, unless he just, like I said, I'm going to ask and I'm come back and let y'all know. Unless they just go for people in the United States. I wish Miss Lafita was here so I could ask her, so Miss Lafita, do the Bible say that just mean for the people in the United States? I don't know. So, but I don't understand. So I have to ask God for the knowledge, to know. And I get over here and I talk to people, different kind of people. I just want to know what, people think or whatever. You know, they tell us don't do magic and stuff, or it is, don't do witchcraft and this and that. But then they tell us Dubai is the most beautiful place and all the rich people live there and stuff. But they tell them that it's a rule, okay, a law that if they catch you practicing it and for a gain, that you pay a big fine of the money that you be done got from doing the witchcraft, or you go to jail, allegedly. Like, I don't need to know no more information. I'm a walking book of information. But I love you guys. I appreciate the likes. I will be back. I will call you guys back. Turn your bells on. Make sure they're on. Okay? Because the Rebel got to start coming early and late, just all the time. That's what I'm saying. Spreading what I'm learning, getting the message that I'm learning from about God or the gods, depending on where you're from. I'm just gonna have to be saying it like that because I come on, I greet everybody. Hola, konnichiwa, ni hao. Depending where you're from. So, yeah, that's about it. Yes, yes. I think I'm pretty good. I'm gonna go back and have a checkup just to see, to make sure because they was like this, that be threatening like a stroke when you have stuff on your side. So I was getting scary, but if you can hype yourself up and be scaring yourself in your head and stuff too, and you will stuff. Yeah, I gotta stop watching these people. So I be trying to. I listen to what you said. I try not to use the word HARD. I hurry up and be like, that's a task or that's, you know, becoming overwhelming or something. Just trying to change everything up. So that was scaring me. So once again, the stuff that was bothering me, that's why I'm telling Mr. Fee, like, no, I know. I love God. I'm constantly taking care of, blessed, over and over and again. Like now, I ain't worked in like, shit, when I was working at Family Dollars is before Christmas. I think like September or something. Challenging. That's right. I'm still not there. You know, account zero. I'm still not gonna be upset or whatever. I got a little upset about it, and then I was like, no, I worked hard. I started back watching my stuff. I got some Coach Stormy. I'm gonna do my remixes and stuff of the stuff I learned over there. And Joe Dispenza and Jay Shetty. I watched everything. So I got a lot of stuff. I got some TikToks. And my shorts views been low. I just don't know. So I don't know. But it ain't gonna stop me. I'm just gonna speed it back up. And I thought that was gonna be last week, but my side just like now. You see, my son kept on calling in the middle of the live stream. So I'm finna call him back when I get off here. That's another reason I'm gonna get off and check on him because the kid's mom got pulled over or whatever. But the kids got to be okay. So if it's challenging with her or not, I still got to call back because of my grandkids. So it is what it is. But I ain't gonna let nothing overwhelm me until it physically hurts me because I am older. I'm not a young buck, so I can't afford to let nothing stroke me out or hurt me. Or none of that physically. And this too, not them hours, and to know y'all took some from me for different stuff. It's just crazy too. But that's where Kay was. I give Kay so much credit for, telling me that. And I ain't listen. She told me to go read that stuff. And I ain't listen. So some of my hours I lost for like little music stuff or some words or some dumbass shit they don't found. They just retarded. So now I've been paying attention to that stuff because I see they paying attention. And I feel like it'll come whenever it come, whatever it is. I'm good. I've been making it this far, so or if not, hell, I'll just beg on TikTok like everybody else. I'm just kidding, y'all. But I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff, y'all. 2 video. I still got 4th of July video. Okay, that's how I just was out of it. I got the videos and couldn't even get them out. 4th of July video I shot in my day yesterday. Um, a video on mental health because see, I was supposed to talk about this, so I'll definitely be back. We in a mental health crisis right now, so I ain't the only person that's just ah. Said we in a mental health. We have a mental health crisis right now. So hey, I'm doing pretty good. These people going crazy and just crazy. In Canada, allegedly, they have a what is it? Suicide help, like a suicide team to help, because they don't have guns in Canada. So if you get overwhelmed, I guess, and you want to unalive yourself, it's a team or something, some kind of way they help you. Like what the hell? It's crazy. This crazy. I would have to do some more studying on it. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but yeah, something like that, something to that effect. If I get stressed out about my rent, I'm not going to do that now. I'm just not. I'm just not. I'm just not. Boy, we set up different around these bars in these countries. Thank God. Yeah, that's what y'all thank God that we are in the United States. We're still in the best country. Even though they got a lot of shit with them, I wouldn't want to be nowhere else with the laws and maybe they set your ass on fire. If you get caught drunk driving, they can just pull you over, pull out your car, and do whatever. You could get beaten or maybe unalived for drinking and driving in some countries. Man, bye. No, y'all better stay on right on here in the United States and keep on fussing to the government at least fix it a little bit because it'll never be fixed. But just a little bit or whatever y'all want to do. Or Make yourself the best you can, as wealthy as you can for your family, your people, so you ain't got to worry about that because this world is just as crazy as hell. And on that note, I love you guys. I love you, Jet, too. I am out of here. See you guys tomorrow.